Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the episode. I am starting this new series that is going to run every so often, and it is the Best of series. So these are the most popular episodes that have aired on the podcast, and I want to feature them because as this podcast has grown and grown and grown since I started it back in 2021, there are some juicy, delicious, valuable episodes that I really want some of the newer listeners as well as older listeners to listen or re-listen to. So whenever you see the best of in front of the title on the episodes, just know that this is a previous episode that has already aired. And I actually really like listening to best of episodes from other podcasts as well. They sometimes they come in the best moments when I need to hear them and be reminded. And just know that these are some of the best episodes that have been released on the podcast. So I'm really excited for you to listen in, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts. As always, feel free to message me on Instagram, ask me questions or episode requests, and I always love hearing from you all. So thank you for being a part of the podcast family, and I will catch you soon. Enjoy the episode. Hi, everyone. I am really excited to talk to you today about taking clients from maybe I will work with you to, oh my gosh, I need this right now. Take my money. Whatever I need to do, I'm signing up this instant. I want to talk about some of the stages that happen in between that. I want to talk about what causes that type of excitement, that type of energy, that type of on-firedness. So I want to give you an example because I think that's always very helpful. So typically when we are jumping into relationships, whether it is platonic, so friendships, or even romantic relationships, but why don't we take romantic, because I feel like that is kind of easy to visualize and conceptualize, because I think friendships happen at all stages, kind of can be all over the place. Typically, when we see a typical romantic relationship, right? When you meet someone, there are stages that you experience and that you go through before you get to kind of those final commitment levels, whether that is I'm deciding that you're going to be my life partner, or you end up getting married, right? And you're saying your vows and you're saying I do. Like, there are stages that get you from, oh, I'm just meeting you, you seem like a nice person, to I cannot imagine my life without you, right? And in similar ways, I see this show up in client relationships, right? Obviously not in that way, but in similar stages where you meet someone and you're like, oh, this is a really cool person, to, oh my gosh, I would love to work with this person. I need to work with this person. I'm going to make it my mission to work with this person, right? So it's very similar to meeting somebody on a date and going, wow, this person's really funny. This person is very, ticks my boxes, right? To however length of time, right? Because we've seen months, we've seen years, and then getting to the point of like, this person's my person, right? So there are wheels that turn in your head. There are things that happen that help you get there. So in the coach-client relationship, this is what I see. And I also want to show you what happens when we skip those steps, and what I typically see in my clients when they skip those steps, hoping to get to the point where they're like, take my money, I want to be in your program right now, like sign me up, right? They're expecting that without having to go through those prior steps. And you all know me, I'm very flowy, I'm very intuitive. I am not the kind of person that's like, you need to follow the step by step. This is more so that you have a visual in your head, right? I'm not even saying that you need to do all all of this because there are people that have found me and then a week later they're in my program and they're like, I need to work with you, right? So by no means am I saying that this needs to be a step-by-step process. This is more so just for you to have an example to visualize in your head, okay? I am not a very meticulously planned out strategy type of coach. I do coach on, action. I do coach on, of course, mindset, but I want it to be more so a kind of bouncing off point so you have a visual. Are you all with me on that? Okay. So I have 6 steps here that I kind of thought of that I think are really common when someone is looking for a coach, when we are booking clients. These are typically the steps that they experience, right? So they come into your world in some sort of way, whether it's a friend of a friend, they're scrolling on Instagram, they see you on the explore page or the hashtag page, whatever it may be. Oh, it's 11:11. And somehow they find you, right? And this is the step of who are you, right? It takes something to get someone to sign up for an email list or to follow you on Instagram or to follow you on a different platform. And typically that is the action of following, takes place after they discover who you are, right? This is why I always tell my students, because this is the first step, I always tell my students to be themselves unapologetically and not wear a mask on social media, right? Be exactly who you are and show up exactly as you are and let yourself be seen, right? There are people out there that your truth and your magic is literally their medicine, right? The things that you think shouldn't be seen or the things you think should be kept hidden are the exact reasons why the spirit of your business chose you. The exact reason why your magic chose to manifest through you as a physical vessel rather than anybody else, right? So when we're showing up as a mask and then we attract people to that mask, we then don't know how to help them fully, or we then don't know how to be there for them, or don't want to because it doesn't light us up. And then we end up feeling really burnt out, right? This is how I started some of my business in the beginning, was I was doing all these things based on what people were expecting of me or asking of me. I started as a social media coach as well. So because I, thought that, I need to show up as this like really polished and professional version of myself, I even wore and bought, what is that called? Business casual outfits, in the beginning. Cause I was like, oh, this is how I have to show up on my calls, right? I have to dress this certain way. I have to talk this certain way. I don't think I cursed in the beginning, much at all. Anyway, there were so many strange things that I did with the idea of, this is who I have to show up as in order for my people to want to work with me. And it was just not true. The more I became myself, the loud, cursing, unapologetic, version of me sharing, so many aspects of my life, and different variations of who I am and the hats that I wear, the more people were attracted to me because I wasn't wearing a mask. I was just simply being who I was. So that's step number 1, is when clients are getting to that journey of take my money, I need to work with you right now. Step 1 is, who are you, right? They discover who you are. Let that be the most unapologetic version of you, okay? Number 2 is I trust you. They go from who are you to I trust you. And how does that happen? It happens through our content, through our marketing, through our posts, through us showing up, whatever you want to call it, whatever word you want to call it. You are creating value in some way, and they, in their head, are going from, okay, this person, I'm going to choose to follow this person, to, oh, I trust this person. I see that this person is creating results in their life, and I trust them, okay? So It doesn't matter what platform you're on. There's nothing better about Instagram than TikTok. There's nothing better about YouTube than LinkedIn or wherever, right? Your business and your magic is going to guide you to one or two or three specific platforms. And the only thing you need to do is decide that is the platform where you are accepting and attracting and connecting with clients. There is nothing more magical. I'm going to tell you right now, there's nothing more magical on Instagram than there is on Facebook, than there is on wherever, right? It is the thoughts that we have about the platform and about the algorithm, because I hear a lot of talk about that too, okay? My clients will come to me and be like, well, Tiffany, but the algorithm, and it says this, and some people are saying that, and I'm like, well, what are you going to choose to believe? Are you going to choose to fall into the ruse of the Instagram algorithm that's changing every single goddamn day, or the algorithm of the spirit of your business that is bringing people to you on a consistent basis because you said yes to your magic, right? Are you going to believe in something that is uncontrollable, essentially? Or are you going to choose to believe in yourself and in your magic, right? So getting them to a place of I trust you comes through delivering value. It comes through delivering everything that you are about, right? They're following you and they believe that they can trust you. They're beginning to build that trusting relationship with you. And we see this also in the romantic sense, right? You meet someone, you discover who they are, and then over time, you begin to see that you can trust them, right? They start becoming vulnerable. You start becoming vulnerable. It starts building this bond where you're like, you know what? I trust this person. I'm getting to know this person. So it's the same thing with you and your clients online. What you're doing, what you're sharing, how you're showing up, what you're thinking about yourself and of them shows up in your marketing, in your content, when you're showing up and delivering value, right? This is the part where you are allowing yourself to be seen. You're sharing your story. You are teaching. You are showing up in a way where people are already building that trust, okay? So now we've talked about who you are. This is when a client is getting from who are you to take my money, I need to work with you right now. So step one is who are you? Showing up and letting yourself be seen. Number two is I trust you, right? The client then begins to develop trust in you. Number three is they're thinking, you can help me. So they go from trusting that, okay, you know what you're talking about. I see you. I see your content. I see that you've been through XYZ, right? And then they get from that point to you can help me. There's a difference here. They may sound very similar, and in a lot of cases they are. But just because you trust that someone is able to deliver results in general is different from someone who can deliver results for you specifically, right? And that takes a certain level of understanding what your clients are experiencing and really understanding deeply your client's brain. I have a lesson inside my foundational course, which is Business Activation Academy. And the entire lesson is titled Client Brain, and then articulating your offer. And sometimes we offer things that are just kind of big, lofty in general, right? Like, I have an offer that helps people live their best lives, right? We see that all the time. And people kind of just don't even bat an eye at it because they're like, yeah, but I need help with this specifically, right? And that coach might be able to help with that thing specifically, but they're using this big, lofty kind of umbrella statement hoping that people will just apply it to themselves. No, you as the coach are going to apply it to that person, right? Make it really easy for your clients to say yes. Make it really easy for them to take that next step. And the way that you make it easy, the way that you show them that you don't just create results in general, you can create results for them, is through really deeply understanding and partnering with your client's brain, okay? And I teach you how to do that inside BAA. I teach you how to kind of go in and discover what exactly are those things that are going to blow their mind, right? And switch their perspective and shift specific things in their life that are going to make a really big difference. So that's number 3, right? Number 1 is, who are you? You're showing up and letting them know who you are. Number 2 is, I trust you, right? So they're starting to develop trust with you. Number 3 is, you can help me. Okay, so they start to believe. They go from, I can trust you and you deliver results, to, I believe you can help me and deliver results for me. Okay, and that also comes with a little bit of exclusion. And I think that sometimes we go into business and we go into creating these offers and talking about our offers and wanting to help everybody, and that's fine if that is, you're doing that intentionally, right? But a lot of us, there are specific people that we want to serve. There are specific people that are going to get the best transformation from our offer, and instead we're talking to the general public about it. Nobody knows who it's for because they think it's for someone else, right? So for me, let's take my offers, for example, right? Can anybody join my offers? Of course, but it's probably not going to be very beneficial for, say, a high school student that is just focused on like getting good grades and going into college and not building a business, or a stay-at-home mom whose main focus right now is being with her kids and not building a business, or someone who is much, much older and, you know, their goal is to, you know, retire or whatnot, right? Like, these are just random examples, but my programs are not for everybody. They're for a specific person, typically a woman of color, who is spirit-led, soul-led, and really interested in a mind, body, soul approach to being coached and building their business and attracting clients in a way that is activated and fun and conscious, right? They're doing it in a way that is connected to their own energetic alignment, and they're interested in their own personal development and growth. They know that building a business is not just step 1, step 2, step 3. They know that building a business has to do with them growing as well. It has to do with them being a different version of themselves and investing in themselves and showing up as someone who they've never shown up as before. And I think that that's beautiful. And when I'm very clear about those things, and when I market specifically to those people, those are the people that show up in my programs. And then they get the best transformation possible from my programs because they knew it was for them. And also, it creates a community where everybody is that same way, right? We don't have a community of people who are, you know, just really like, this is not the course for them. They're not even building a business, etc. Like, those people wouldn't join my program. And I don't speak to those people because they're probably looking for other things in their life. And that creates a really clear, energetic container of people who are all building their own businesses all at once, supporting each other, coaching each other, being there for one another. Everything they get coached on is something that someone else in the room is probably going to go through at some point, or maybe has already gone through and is able to share their experience, right? So that is one of the ways that you can really articulate your offer and really be clear about your client's brain in terms of letting them get to the point of, you can help me, okay? And then the next step, number 4, is my mind is being blown, all right? So number 1, they discover who you are. Number 2, they decide, I trust you. Number 3, they decide, you can help me. Right? This is what your clients are thinking about you. And then number 4, they decide, my mind is blown. Now, this is where they're already getting results. So number 4 is where they're already getting results from following you, from listening to your podcast, from consuming your content on Instagram, through tapping through your Instagram stories. And this doesn't need to be something that you do every single day, right? But this is something that overall, through a period of time, they're getting results through following you. One of the biggest reasons why people will show up and literally say, take my money, is they are already seeing that they have booked paid clients through my podcast, right? They have already switched their mindset and perspective through following me on stories. They already have had breakthroughs just by reading my emails, right? And I do that on purpose. I put a lot of energy and thought into my podcast. I have a weekly episode that drops every Monday. That doesn't happen by accident. My emails are long, but they are also jam-packed with so much information. I show up in a very committed way on Instagram. So of course, people are already getting results before they're choosing to work with me. I've set it up that way. So many people, I'm talking about what I see in my clients, so many of my clients, what I help them to realize, because they're like, well, why are they not showing up and going, take my money yet? Because you haven't done these steps, right? You haven't shown them you can trust me. You haven't shown them their mind is being blown. You haven't shown them that you can help them. And you're expecting them to sneak over, read your mind, click the link in your bio, hop through 3 different links, book a call with you, right? None of that is outlined. You haven't talked about it in a month. How are they supposed to know that? Right? And that's how I call my clients out sometimes. I'm like, what are you thinking? And they're like, oh yeah, I guess you're right. But yeah, I mean, that just comes with practice. It's a muscle. You're building a muscle. Sales is a muscle. Learning to sell at different levels as your business is growing is a muscle that you are building and learning. No, unless you have a sales background, nobody is going into online entrepreneurship going like, I got this in the bag, baby. Like, this is so easy for me. No, I had to learn this just like you have to learn this. Everybody who has an online business has to learn how to master sales. It is just a part of it. Right? But when you understand these things and you understand what your client brain is experiencing, what your client's brains are experiencing, what they're thinking, what is standing in the way of, I don't know, maybe next year, the year after, right, 10 years from now, to I need this right now. Take my money right now. How can I get this money to you? Right? One of my clients literally DM'd that to me yesterday, and she paid in full $10K for my mastermind that doesn't even start in April. Another one of my students did that earlier this month. So I already have a 20K mastermind, barely having talked about it at all. She literally DM'd me saying, I have the money. I want to pay in full. How do I get this to you? Right? That doesn't happen by accident. Imagine if I didn't do any of these steps. Imagine if I was just like, I popped in here and there. I just kind of was speaking to the general public. Oh, everyone can join this mastermind. It's just for everybody, right? No, I got really, really clear on what are you walking away with and who is this for and what are my programs for and who am I? What am I about, right? I would argue that a lot of you who are watching this replay or here on live already know who I am because of the way that I show up and the way that I share and the way that I tell stories and the way that I've already created some type of results, right? So let's go through the steps again, okay? So number 1 is, who are you? They discover who you are, okay? Number 2, your clients trust you. They build trust with you. Number 3 is, you can help me. Your clients discover that you can help them, specifically them. Number 4, their mind is being blown through your content, through the way you're showing up, through the way that you're delivering value. They're getting results already. Number 5 is, I can see what will happen in my life if I don't work with you. Now, this is kind of a twist on the last couple steps because it's not just content marketing. It's not just showing up and providing value. It's not even specifically speaking to client brain. This is showing them and telling them and teaching them what will happen and what their life will be like if you do not work together. Now, I don't mean this in the wounded, salesy, gross, non-consensual way. What I mean to say this in is they can imagine that if they're not deciding to invest in you, right, then they're going to have to like brave it on their own. Maybe this is something they've already done. Maybe they've already gone down this road before. Maybe it's really time to invest in themselves and it's feeling very aligned and they're just not fully there, right? So you show them lovingly, right? Through love, not through gross, non-consensual bullshit. Because we've all seen that too, right? You show them, or you even ask them like, well, okay, what's your plan B, right? Like, what are you going to plan to do instead? And sometimes even that question itself can be like, oh, I don't really have another plan. I think I would just kind of wing it, right? And then you can tell them, again, lovingly, well, I have a process that I can help you through my coaching. These are the results it's created. This is how I can serve you, right? You can personalize it to them specifically. I know that you're struggling with XYZ, I've been there too. This is what I've done. This is what I teach. This is how I do it. So that way they get to a point where they can already visualize, if they don't sign with you, where's their life going to be? What's going to keep continuing? What are they going to experience 5 years from now if they continue doing what they're doing? And if they're happy with that and that's good, then fine, right? Ultimately, it's their decision always at the end of the day. Their yes is sacred. Their no is also sacred. But as coaches, as people who are in our magic, and we share this medicine every day, it is our job to show them what's possible through this offer. We have to believe deeply in our offer, right? And when you believe deeply, you can see that if this person is looking for exactly what you offer, you're going to make it really clear. You're going to get to a point where when they're saying like, I don't know, you're going to be like, wait, have I not explained myself correctly? This is what you're walking away with, right? This is what you're getting. And they get to a point where they're like, oh my gosh, take my money. This is what I need exactly. This is what I've been looking for, right? So those are the stages between who are you? I'm just finding you, to take my money. I need to work with you and let's go, right? I'm ready. So I'll go through the stages one more time. Number 1 is, who are you? They're discovering who you are. Number 2 is, I trust you. They're beginning to trust you as a coach. They know that you can deliver results. Number 3 is, you can help me. So your client begins to discover and accept that you can help them through the way you're showing up, through the way you're providing value. Number 4, their mind is already being blown. You're already blowing your clients' minds because they're already getting results from your content and through the way that you're showing up. Okay, that's number 4. Number 5 is, they can see what will happen in their life if they don't work with you. What is going to keep continuing, right? And you can help coax this. You can help them see this. Right? And then number 6, of course, is, take my money. I'm ready to work with you. Let's go. I'm so excited. That happens after you have showed them who you are, showed them that you can trust them, showed them that you can help that person specifically. They're already getting results. You are already deeply understanding why they'd want to work with you in the first place. You're showing them what it's like without your offer. You're being so clear about what your offer offers. What is that transformation? You're spending time in that transformation so much that they're seeing themselves in that transformation too. You deeply believe in yourself. You deeply believe in your offer. You deeply believe in your clients and your community. That's so important. Okay? Thank you so much for showing up. Mwah. All right. I love you all. Bye.